Good afternoon on this blustery day. This is Tony in LPHQ East, about 6 or so miles away from where Jeremiah is standing right now. Jeremiah, what's going on?
Tut tut, looks like rain. I'm here at Disney's Animal Kingdom on this chilly, I can dare say, wintry day. I know compared to the rest of the world almost,
Oh, yeah.
it's not too bad, but uh, we've gotten some severe frost warnings going, and the rain has broke enough for us to hopefully enjoy the park a little bit.
It looks like it would be a great day if you don't mind the rain because there's not a lot of people walking around, it seems.
No, when I pulled in earlier, parking, I asked how it was. He goes, just like this. There were 3 cars at the toll booth, and that was it. So
Nice.
we'll walk through the park and see what we can see. But let's go look at some kangaroos, shall we?
All right. We should also look at those otters because I'm pretty sure that there's some new babies running around there, I've heard.
So here's the thing about, paying attention, but not paying attention enough to things. I was talking with some customers the other day who just said, "Oh yeah, we went over and looked at the otters," and I saw that something had popped up about the otters. I mean, something that we'd covered, but it was the baby otters that Dr. Mike Penning from Disney's Animal Kingdom had posted on his Instagram. And for the life of me, could not know what it was that I was talking about as far as the otters went. And then I walked over there today, and they had the mom with the 3 daughters out, but they do not have the babies out.
Mm.
But you can go to Dr. Mark Penning's Instagram, which I believe is all just Dr. Mark Penning on his Insta.
I think it is, yeah.
You can see the babies. Of course, we have articles about the cuteness of the baby otters, the killers of the cuteness world. Let's go to Otter Grotto, sponsored by the best sponsor, best tie-in you could possibly have, OtterBox.
We are live. If you have any comments, questions, let us know. Greetings to Fred. Fred, thanks for joining us.
If you listen closely, you can hear the otters.
I hear a lot of people oohing and awing.
Sorry. ¿Dónde están? ¿Nadie se aquí? Nadie. Ya, se le fueron por allá, yo las vi.
Of course, they're on the other side.
Oh, there we go. Bouncing up there. That's funny.
Oh, there's one to the lower right in the water.
Ay, qué linda.
Here's some people that could possibly fall into it.
Dori, en el agua. No, había un montón, pero no sé qué se hicieron. Ay, qué linda. Están en
They're
la
swimming
cueva.
back. That small cave is their habitat. Now they are staying on the other side. They don't want everybody rushing to them looking for these little babies that aren't out, sadly. So would you say that those would be utterly fantastic?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Look, Lion King. This was taken in the 7 years that song took for Mufasa to grow.
Ay. I always wanted a brother. I always wanted a brother. I
sing these praises from the top of every mountain, and this will be one that I die on, is go watch Pitch Meeting on YouTube. One of the funniest things you will ever see if you enjoy movies, and he just did a Mufasa one.
Okay.
Oh, there are lines that I laugh at just randomly right now from it. And yes, the brother song is one of those. He refers to it, but my favorite is he's talking about the villain song. He's like, "Oh, is it going to be iconic, like from Lion King?" And he goes, "Yes, He's going to sing about how he wants him to go bye-bye. It's like, yep, that's for such a great film. The music, really forgettable.
The one I can't get past is the brother, and it's only because they animated like this jaw line going backwards to emphasize the on brother. It's interesting, but
Yeah, that was one they showed us at D23 last summer. And I was like, okay, you're not really selling me on this movie. But I'm glad that I did go see it because overall, the movie is really well done, with the exception of the songs.
sorry, Lynn.
Did we spoil something?
Oh no, sorry, Lynn Manuel, who wrote the
Oh,
songs.
yes. No, they're just there.
I'm half tempted to throw a jacket on and go to the park. Like, there's nobody here in Pandora.
Yeah, once we get over to Flight of Passage, I didn't look at what the wait times were, but
I'm doing that right now, actually.
Yeah.
So let's look. Pull up the handy dandy app.
yes, and as Tony said, we are live, so if there's something you want to see us to answer, random trivia, please share, ask.
25 minutes for Flight of Passage.
Okay, so I'll probably see you as I'm leaving the park.
And 30 minutes for Navi River.
Of
So
course.
it's longer to wait for that ride than the Flight of Passage.
Well, not really, because the half hour it takes you to get to that into that 25-minute line.
That's true too.
Oh, the Banshees are out.
Yeah,
Hear them.
I feel like it's been forever since you could actually hear them.
Yeah. Huh. So I haven't paid a lot of attention. This wasn't there before.
What?
This giant greenery wall.
Or maybe it just finally grew in.
That is definitely a possibility, but I feel like you could walk up and see all of this much better. But usually there are people standing there taking photos, and I don't know if it's the waterfalls in the Hallelujah Mountain or if it's just starting to rain, but it sure feels like rain. Cut. Yeah, no water fountain trying today. This is the second in a row. I promise our next time we'll do more water fountain testing.
And that will be... No, that's in California. Never mind.
Yeah, no. That is... what is... There's one tomorrow in California? Is that...
We have one later in the week at Anaheim Ducks Day on Friday.
Yes. Yep.
So tune in for that. Also, like, subscribe, ring that bell, get notified whenever we go live like this.
25 minutes. Things we never thought we would see just a few years ago. It's a lie. We all know that you come here literally on a rainy Tuesday.
Yep. And not only rainy, it is a 54 degrees right now, according to this, which is bitingly cold for Central Florida.
Yes.
At 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I was going to wear a heavier jacket, but it was one of those, will I wear a heavier jacket and die of heat because it will be too warm and the umbrella and this, or lightweight hoodie? And I went with the lightweight hoodie, and I regret that decision.
Oh. Probably because the hoodie is also probably water absorbent, not repellent.
That's why I am living under this right now. I learned my lesson at that one when we were at Magic Kingdom, where everything died at once because it got so wet. This cast member.
Hello. What is her... I mean, it's a deep question, but what is her purpose?
Wilderness Explorer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Shall I go back? What is your purpose?
Yeah. And then when she says, "Well, I'm Wilderness Explorer," I gave you your sticker. No. That's not what we
Squirrel.
meant. Are those native to the Moara Ranch?
Moara Ranch?
Is that what it's called?
Moara Valley.
Moara Valley. Thank you.
They've crossed that 1.4 light year bridge.
Ah.
Yeah, I do definitely feel as we get closer and closer into Africa, we're going to see less and less people.
It's one of those, like, the further back in the park you go.
Yeah. Anybody that is on the safari will be running off the safari, and there probably won't be many people out there. Yeah. Just a beautiful view with the rain.
Still expect a fireball every minute or so, but that's all right.
Birds enjoying it.
Christian's entertaining us with some Bruno lyrics in the comments.
Bruno had nothing to do with this.
Yet.
That is actually why we're here, to work our way over there to see the construction walls and what is currently happening with the Central Americas area. Tropical Americas. I hate that name. I know that you were here the day it closed. Was that when you were?
Yeah.
The last day of operation.
And it was mostly temporary planners.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't last day of operation. It was the day right after. And it was temporary planners, and there was like maybe 8 panels of wall closer to Triceratops spin, but the rest was all movable planter boxes. So.
Yeah, and then I went a few days later, and the walls were up. The great new band was out there. That is, go check out our. Well, if you're on the YouTube, go check out after this the band Eco. I can't think of their names, but it starts with Eco, and you'll find them.
Eco Rhythmic.
Thank you.
Yep.
You may recognize them from a flotilla or two over the past 4.5 years, or prior to that, they used to bang on things in the Moara Valley.
I don't know if I recognize all that, but
no, they were talking to me after their set, and they were saying how excited they were to be back on solid ground because they've been on the flotilla pretty much since entertainment returned to Disney's Animal Kingdom. And then they were telling me how their favorite was they were the drummers for Pandora.
That only lasted like a month.
No, it was there for almost, I think it was a year.
Okay. It was very short term, is my point.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's when I was talking to them, I even said, I'm like, they were great. They were an amazing piece of entertainment, had some good storytelling, but I could tell, like, they were on the chopping block from day one.
Oh, yeah. That whole show with the lights and everything coming on.
Yeah.
Yeah. You knew it was like, at some point, this is just going to become a switch.
Somewhere there is a drum echo and a banshee scream that they have a button for that has not been used in 6 years. Wow, it is very empty.
Yes.
Keeping the chips dry.
Hello.
Yeah, you can actually hear the sound from the windows here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you can.
See, I love Animal Kingdom where it's this quiet, but I love Animal Kingdom where it's this quiet at night and a nice 70 degrees. Kilimanjaro Safari is open until 5:15. Let's walk back this way.
On my way.
And the Safari in the rain.
I could see the pavement all the way up to the Safari entrance.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm on my way. I've said it a few times.
And for those of you who have not been to Disney's Animal Kingdom in the rain, the Safari is definitely, everybody is more active in the rain. The animals love it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a little chilly for them, but everybody's hiding underneath the covering.
Well, we're here for the walls. But I'm like,
Yeah.
will we lose signal if we go on the Safari?
We've done it before early on, and it's something we can do, but I also have to take off the gimbal because that doesn't work when we're moving so much.
Kyle says, is that like the Proclaimer song "I'm on My Way" as featured in Tony's favorite film? That's not in Jurassic Park. Or WALL-E. Or Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So I'm assuming a sarcastic favorite film. And it's not in Frozen.
No, it's from an animated, but it's not the Proclaimers version of it. Oh, Brother Bear.
Yeah, that's Phil Collins.
Yeah, that's why I was like.
And it's just called On My Way.
Yeah. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah.
You can actually see.
Oh, goodness.
Do you remember what was here before they expanded this?
Nothing.
But do you remember what was part of that nothing?
No.
There was a junk wall that they had built.
Oh, yes.
That had license plates and bike parts because it's something that Joe Rohde had actually seen while in Africa. And it was, one of my favorite things. So I always used to do the "Where are we?" because I'd zoom in on some random piece and nobody had a clue. Hey, look, Mufasa meals.
I was just sent a clip. He's referring to Shrek.
Shrek?
The Proclaimer song "I'm on My Way" as featured in Tony's favorite film, Shrek. I don't have to look at it again.
In Shrek.
I always wanted a savory Tanzanian pie. Tanzanian pie.
Stop. Yeah, the weather is dropping steadily too.
According to my thermometer at my weather station here, it has gone up to 57.
Woo.
Heat wave. And if you just picture the rats.
Yep.
And from Muppet Christmas Carol. Yep.
Yeah, the lack of hands isn't helping when I'm trying to keep my headphones in and the umbrella and the gimbal. So every now and then I'll just stop and be like, what's going on? It's me trying to hear what Tony is repeating about being a brother.
And a savory Tanzanian pie.
Yes. We still have an official closing date on It's Tough to Be a Bug, correct?
No official date, no.
Just this year.
Well, it would have to be because
Yeah.
the new one's supposed to open
This year.
at the end of this year, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
why the day I was here, I came and went into Tough to Be a Bug, and Hopper was working. So
yeah, but I'm sure Flick wasn't. Other
he
than
was, but
moving,
not as well.
was his mouth or eyes actually moving?
His eyes were moving, and his mouth was very much. It was it was almost like the Cat in the Hat
Yes.
at Universal, where it's just there's something in there moving, but the mouth itself is not moving.
Yeah. No,
But his
that
eyes were working fine.
the last 2 times I've gone on that, Hopper's been fine, and he's actually working really well. Flick, not so much. Um, and then the creepy crawlies underneath don't seem to be working in every seat. The
Oh yeah,
Hornets.
none of the seats. I did it twice because I went back for video, but I did it twice, and neither time were the seat functions working.
Yeah. I know the Hornets thing they have toned down, sadly. At least the spiders are still there.
Yes,
That's one thing I really hope they keep for Zootopia is like the terrifying spiders that give kids nightmares.
and adults.
Yeah. So, PhotoPass is just hanging out over in the pavilion over there. Just listen to how quiet it is.
Yeah, it's a poncho. The woman in front of you is holding. I thought it was a red panda May tail. So sorry out there.
So before this, I was having lunch, and I was very close to coming over and just going to this quick service because the
It's
chicken
the best
fried
quick
rice.
service in there. Yep.
Yeah, but I wanted to stay close to the front of the park, so I made the mistake of going to Pizza Fari and having their chicken parm pasta, which surprisingly is better than what it had been.
Okay.
But it's one of those. I had the pictures side by side, and it's it's hard that it's better than what it had been, but it looks worse than it had been. So
Juxtaposition. It's fine.
yeah,
You did almost what I did. I usually eat at Flame Tree when I'm at Animal Kingdom. But when I was there like a week ago, whatever, how long it was too early for a lot of meat, in my opinion. So I ended up just eating at Pizza Fari too. And I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this?
yeah. I used to love Pizza Fari when they had their breakfast pizza, 25 years ago.
When they first opened.
Yeah, there's, the chicken parm pasta. Oh, can you see it? Can you see it?
Ah.
So many ducklings.
Is that Cast walking with them?
Yes.
So I grew up near a park, and it's starting to get a little bit of traction on the internet, which is funny to me because it was where I grew up going, called Marine World Africa USA. And one thing they would do, and I tell stories to like Morgan about it. Morgan is my wife, for those who are new to joining us. They would take like tiger cubs and walk them through the park to like meet the people and stuff that's absolutely unheard of today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that was normal. And she's like, no, you're nuts. That was a fever dream. But now more people are starting to talk about it, and it was a thing. It absolutely was a thing. So seeing those cast numbers, I was like, what animal are they walking with? Like, that's a normal occurrence.
Well, sadly, humans.
Yeah.
You see ducklings, you think, oh, those are very cute.
Is this live entertainment, or is just the area music loud
just
because
the
there's nobody
area
around?
Music, yeah.
Okay.
We see ducklings go, oh, cute. They're following their mom. Let them be. Sadly, a vast majority see ducklings and go, I'm going to pick it up. Which is why cast members have to walk them. Yeah, you can hear the train sounds of Everest from here.
This area never fails to be a pinch point, though, even on the slowest of days.
Yes, and as your friendly neighborhood, often park goer, please don't stop in the middle of the walkway. Just move off to the side. That's all you have to do.
I'll add on to that too. Don't take a picture in the middle of, or like in the whole pathway, and expect people not to walk through it either.
Yes.
If you take up maybe half the walkway, you have a better chance of me walking around and others. But if you are standing at that trash can to that bush taking a picture, I'm walking through it. Sorry.
Well, if you get a chance to watch the band, the Ecocentrics.
Yeah,
band,
Eco-Rhythmics.
Just
think of it as like the Eurythmics.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
I get it, but I'll probably change that name every time from now on.
All right.
I'm trying to video, and they have a walkway that goes behind me, but for some reason, and you can see it, and I'm sure at some point you can hear my just pure frustration of it. Everybody walks directly in front.
Yeah.
And at one point, I sent one of the people I was here with over to the other side of the walkway just to try to, encourage people to walk around the side of it, not within a foot of the band. And then I talked to them later, and they're like, yes, we are hoping that they do move us at some point.
I was going to say, that's just a bad location that
Yeah.
they're in from the jump. So, Fred asks, what's the temperature over there? It's super cold here where I am at. I am reading 57 degrees. I'm about 6 miles from Jeremiah. So that could fluctuate. It is Central Florida, but it is chilly for here. Fred, what is super cold where you are?
Yeah, I'm sure. The negative. I know my friend is up in the northeast, and he sent me a photo of, or a screenshot of the weather, and he said, oh, it's shorts weather, because it was -8 degrees.
Fred says his is below 0. I can't remember. I think it might have been Kyle even. Somebody sent me an image earlier of a screenshot of 0 degrees as well.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure Kyle is very much frozen. If you pay attention to the left, the gentleman has a Ducks sweatshirt.
Ah, yes, he does. And that's the older logo, not the new one.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I could go in and sit and watch Finding Nemo, The Big Blue and Beyond with 3 other people in the entire theater.
Yeah. This is a few years ago. It was pre-pandemic. It was Festival of the Arts. It was a rainy day, and it was Super Bowl. And I went with a friend to the Broadway show, the Broadway Stars show, and there was maybe 14 people in the crowd, all huddled under the roof. It was a good show.
Yeah, I love Disney on Broadway
And then we walked on Frozen.
I will, if I'm at Epcot, I will always go to the Disney on Broadway show, even if it is the same duo that I've heard the same jokes for 12 times over. Just because you're sitting there and these are true Broadway performers. But the other day when I went on opening day, the first show, they didn't sell out on the dining. So there was, here's a tip. They open up the dining reserved area 5 minutes before the show. And if you want to try to get in that area, they'll usually have a queue off to the side. But if they don't open it, or if it's too full, you are out of luck. So the Cementosaurus is still there.
I know I was not, because it is in fact cement, but I was just like, that first day it was closed. I was like, wouldn't it be something if that was just all gone
Yeah,
completely right from the get go?
just right away they just pull out the giant chainsaw, cut it right
Which
down the middle.
it could very well be with the rest of it, because outside of Triceratops Spin, which I'm sure they're saving some of the infrastructure for, but the rest of it is all literally a carnival. So the fact that a lot of it's still standing to me is still shocking.
Yeah, I think they're taking apart Triceratops Spin first, because when I was here, they had removed a lot of the panels, and I saw photos from the other day, and it also looked like they were slowly taking it apart because, as you said, it is somewhat of a real attraction. And then who knows where we'll get another spinner? Maybe they'll drop it into, you know, Fantasyland. Nope, we got one of those. Tomorrowland. Nope, we got one of those. Frontierland, that's where they'll put it. It'll go into Frontierland. It'll be Cars themed.
Because contrary to what people believe too, that is not where the new carousel is going.
Yeah, this carousel is slowly
Going where the boneyard is. Oh my God. There's nobody there.
Nope. Yeah, as we pan around, you can see Triceratops Spin has been slowly taken apart. I think it's just from when I was here the other day, it doesn't even look like they've taken a lot down, but I'm sure, you can see the top where they had the literal top and the pieces.
See the panels on the side too.
Yeah. What they're going to do is they're going to make it that horrible UFO attraction that they have at carnivals, so you can lay down and it spins so fast it slams you against the thing, and then you can turn to your sides if there's nobody else there.
I used to love that thing. The Enterprise, I believe it's called.
Yeah, I did also.
I used to love that thing, and now the irony is that's the exact kind of thing I cannot ride physically anymore. Yeah. See also Mission Space.
So yeah, they still have the greenery wall here, but you can see that they've taken down more of the signs.
Yeah.
There's a nice sign on the other side of the wall I could see that says "No photos," but we are not on the other side of that. So yeah, you can see they've removed pretty much all the signs from the shop.
The Diggs County billboards is still there, it looks like.
Yeah, both the billboards are still up. I mean, it's interesting because this shop and these bathrooms in the concept art are staying. So it's just weird that they're taking so much care.
Oh no!
Start moving
so I'm going to start talking over this because we're going to get dinged. So we're going to keep talking about this. This is the second time Shrek has come up today, unless you're a fan of the movie Rat Race, in which the song is also in Rat Race as well.
And if you're not a fan of Rat Race, what is wrong with you?
I also agree with that, yes.
Race, I love a race. Yeah, Rat Race is one of those films that, it is completely bizarre.
My bad. Kyle goes, Mystery Men 2.
Wait, there's a Mystery Men 2?
No, Mystery Men as well, who are also in the music video.
Yes.
Which I only remembered that quickly because we watched another YouTube channel where they were quizzing millennials on all things like 90s. And they showed a clip from the video. Who are these guys?
So
the Mystery Men.
Mystery Men was filmed a lot at Universal. And then they had to go back and reshoot the ending. I don't remember what the original ending was. So there's a scene of them walking in the dark, and there's like they're backlit, and it's like an iconic shot of them walking. Mm-hmm. If you know Universal Studios Hollywood, that is the pathway that leads up to the Psycho house and where the trams go. And every time I see that, I just laugh because I'm like, that was done on like probably with 2 minutes to spare. Like, wait, we need to reshoot this. Okay, go. And I do firmly believe that they're just going to fly a giant pyramid in here and drop it on this building.
So I'm glad you said that because I've looked at the art too, and I'm like, they're just gonna take out Aladar and that front part and just smack a pyramid facade on the front of it because you could even see the building sides to the sides of it too, still in the art.
Sorry for the awkward. I'm trying to close my umbrella.
You're good.
Yeah, I've looked at it too, and it's it is very much just. I know that they're going to do more than that. They have to build out. They have to do some work because I'm sure that where Aladar is will be exterior queue that'll be covered. But
also though, if you look to your right, they have all of that exterior queue.
Yeah. No, it'll
and if
be
you
very
think that's not going to be a virtual queue off the jump, you're mistaken. For both of those.
No, it won't be a virtual queue anymore. It'll only be available starting today with Premier Lightning Lane available to all Disney guests.
Yep. Does that get the individual ones too?
No. I don't believe so. Actually, double check that because I was just reading about it, and it's one of those things of, finally.
Dinosaur's one of the longest waits in the park, 30 minutes.
Yeah, we are finally at the point where Disney is selling a front of the line pass.
Not quite front of the line.
Well, I would say it's almost the equivalent of Universal, but actually, it's less expensive than Universal. So,
is it?
And if you compare day to day, I think Magic Kingdom may be more, but it is. Universal's front of the line has always been more expensive than anything at Disney.
Well, mostly because before Disney's was, ready? Say it with me, free.
Yes.
So. I'm having a hard time now because are there any individual Lightning Lane? Oh, Guardians. And according to this, you get one Lightning Lane entry per experience per day. So at Animal Kingdom, you would get to go in the Lightning Lane entrance once, but basically it sounds like the time of your choosing.
Yes, it is
just
at any point. So it'll be very much like you do at Universal, where first thing in the morning, every line will be longer because of everybody buys it and uses it. But then later in the afternoon, same with Universal, nobody uses it because they already used all of their Lightning Lanes for earlier in the day.
Which is why people like me with the bougie pass get it after 4:00.
Yes. I have that same pass, and you know how many times I've used that? Like maybe 5 in the entire time.
So at Animal Kingdom, you would get Avatar, Flight of Passage, Dinosaur, Expedition Everest, Feathered Friends in Flight, Festival of the Lion King, Finding Nemo, The Big Blue and Beyond, It's Tough to Be a Bug, Cali River Rapids, if open, Kilimanjaro Safaris, and Navi River Journey. I don't like Lightning Lane in shows.
It's better than when they used to have it for the characters. Do you remember this when they didn't have this barrier?
No.
Yeah, it used to just be that. I don't remember when they built this wall.
You know what? I do. And I'm pretty sure that happened right after the same weekend Shanghai Disney opened. If you know, you know. Okay.
I don't I just remember this fence being here. I know the first few times you could just this front rock wasn't where. So the front rock was the original, and this one behind it was actually built to give more space because I want to say that the fence was that far up because it wasn't, that was extended out.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's weird. But hey, at least this will be gone soon.
What do they do with the animal? Do we know?
It's relocated to just an area in the back. This was the American crocodile, so that probably went someplace else. Just like
Kyle
the
says,
manatees.
so glad I was opening of Shanghai, and not around to cover anything else.
To this day, I tell the story of how I was at the opening of Shanghai and I'm sitting there tweeting out pictures, and then I was told, do not tweet out pictures of the animatronic from their giant raft ride or any of the merchandise. Again, if you're like, what are you people talking about? Just go to
simple
look up
Google. I had a friend of mine, because my former employer, we were involved with the opening of Shanghai as well, and he was out there for that. And I told him immediately, buy me a shirt from this ride, please. And he did. So I still have that because that was pulled immediately. All that merchandise was.
Actually, everything was still there. Like, they didn't really pull much of it. Yes, some of it was pulled, but then it went back. But hey, I visited however many years ago or years after, and everything that was in that store with all the cool merchandise for that land is now Duffy and Friends. And every shop in Shanghai, every bit of merchandise, Duffy and Friends. Didn't they just announce
the
that
follow-up
something
question
was...
is, did you go during the Duffy celebration month?
No.
Excuse me.
I went during the only time I could probably buy anything that wasn't Duffy and Friends, and that was because it was the opening of Zootopia. And they had Zootopia merchandise in Zootopia.
Which is now Duffy and Friends.
Okay, I think that'll do it for our walk around here as the weather has cleared up nicely. Beautiful now, a little chilly, but
still 57 degrees according to my thermometer here. All right, folks, we'll tune in later in the week. We're definitely going to be coming back at you from Disney California Adventure for Ducks Days and Anaheim Ducks Days. Sorry. Later on today, we do have scheduled Barely Necessities, the live Disney merchandise show. For more content like this, be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell whenever, get notified whenever we go live. And so long, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye.